Hi, I'm Jake. I'm 32 years old and I haven't seen my father in 27 years. That's not an exaggeration. He walked out when I was 5 and never looked back. No birthday cards, no Christmas calls, nothing. My mom raised me by herself, working 2 jobs just to keep food on the table while he was off living his best life somewhere else. I was at work when I got the call that changed everything. My phone buzzed during a meeting, and I almost ignored it, but something made me step out. Hello? Is this Jake Morrison? A woman's voice, unfamiliar and formal. Yeah, who's this? My name is Linda Morrison. I was married to your father, Robert. I felt my stomach drop. Was? I'm sorry to tell you this way, but Robert passed away 3 days ago. Heart attack. It was sudden. I stood there in the hallway, phone pressed to my ear, feeling absolutely nothing. Okay. Okay? Linda sounded confused. Jake, your father is dead. I heard you. I'm just not sure why you're calling me. There was a pause. He wanted you to have his ashes. He left specific instructions. I actually laughed. Are you serious? He abandons me for 27 years and thinks I want his ashes? Jake, please. I know things were complicated between you two. Complicated? I cut her off. Lady, there was nothing complicated about it. He left. He chose not to be in my life. That's pretty simple. He had his reasons. I'm sure he did. Look, I've got to get back to work. Wait, Linda's voice got desperate. Please, can we meet? There are things you should know, things about your father. I don't want to know anything about him. Jake, please, just one meeting, for closure, if nothing else. I should have said no, should have hung up right there. But my girlfriend Sarah had been telling me for months that I needed to deal with my father issues. Maybe this would finally put it to rest. Fine, one meeting, where and when? That evening I met Sarah at our apartment. She was cooking dinner, her blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail, humming along to some song on the radio. You're home early, she said, kissing my cheek. How was work? Weird, really weird. I dropped my briefcase by the door. My father died. Sarah turned off the stove immediately. What? Jake, oh my God, are you okay? I'm fine. Actually, I don't feel anything. Is that weird? No, baby, that's not weird at all. She took my hands. Tell me what happened. I explained about Linda's call, about the ashes, about agreeing to meet her. You said yes? Sarah looked surprised. I thought you'd refuse. I almost did, but you've been saying I need closure with this whole thing, so… I meant therapy, Jake, not meeting his widow. It's one meeting. I'll hear her out, say no to the ashes, and that'll be it. Sarah bit her lip. What if it's not that simple? What if she tells you things that make everything harder? What could she possibly tell me that would make a difference? He left. That's the only thing that matters. My best friend Tom had a different reaction when I called him later that night. Dude, you have to take the ashes, he said immediately. What? Why? Because then you can do whatever you want with them, flush them, throw them away, use them as fertilizer. It's the ultimate revenge. That's messed up, Tom. He was messed up for leaving you. I'm just saying the man abandoned you. You don't owe him anything, including a respectful resting place. I don't even want them in my house. So hear what the wife has to say. Maybe there's money involved. Maybe he felt guilty and left you something. I don't want his money. Jake, man, I love you, but don't be stupid. Your mom struggled for years because of him. If there's money, take it. Consider it back child support. I met Linda at a coffee shop downtown 3 days later. She was in her 50s, well-dressed in a way that screamed money. Designer purse, expensive watch, perfect manicure. She stood when she saw me. Jake? Oh, you look just like him. Don't say that. She flinched. I'm sorry, please sit down. I sat, arms crossed. You said there were things I should know. Your father, Robert, was a complicated man. There's that word again, complicated. Let me make this simple. He left when I was 5. He never contacted me. He never paid child support. What else is there to know? Linda's hands shook as she reached for her coffee. He built a very successful business after he left. Real estate development. He was worth about $15 million when he died. I felt sick. $15 million. He had another family, Jake. I have 2 children with him. Melissa is 23 and Brandon is 20. So he could be a father to them, but not to me. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? I leaned forward. Explain it to me, Linda. Make me understand how a man walks away from his 5-year-old son and then plays happy families with new kids. He was young when he had you. He said he wasn't ready. But he was ready 5 years later? That math doesn't work. Linda looked down. The truth is, he and your mother, the relationship was toxic. He said leaving was the only way to escape. So he escaped me too? That's what you're saying? He always planned to reach out. He just never found the right time. 27 years, Linda. That's a lot of wrong times. She pulled out an envelope. He left you a letter, and he wanted you to have his ashes. What about the 15 million? Linda's expression hardened. That was left to his children, Melissa and Brandon. I'm his child. He meant his children with me. I stared at her. So let me get this straight. He abandons me, builds a fortune, raises a new family, and when he dies, he leaves me nothing but his ashes and a letter? And I'm supposed to what? Be grateful? He wanted you to understand. I understand perfectly. I stood up. You can keep the ashes. Jake, please, read the letter at least. Why should I? Because maybe it'll help you heal. You know what would have helped me heal? Having a father. But it's a little late for that now, isn't it? A young woman approached our table. She had Robert's eyes. I saw it immediately. Mom, what's taking so long? Then she saw me. Who's this? Melissa, this is Jake. Your brother. Melissa's eyes widened. The Jake? From before? From before, I repeated. Yeah, I'm from before. Before your dad decided to be an actual parent. That's not fair, Melissa said. You don't know what he went through. What he went through? Are you kidding me right now? He said your mom was crazy, that she tried to trap him with a baby. I felt rage building in my chest. My mom worked herself to exhaustion raising me alone. She never badmouthed him, even though she had every right to. And this is what he told you about her? Linda touched Melissa's arm. Honey, maybe you should wait in the car. No, I want to hear this. Dad said Jake would probably show up trying to get money. Money? I laughed bitterly. I don't want his money. I don't want anything from him. Then why are you here? Melissa crossed her arms. Your mother called me. I didn't ask for this. Tom was right, I thought. I should take the ashes just so I could throw them away. I'll take them, I said suddenly. Linda looked relieved. Thank you, Jake. That means, don't thank me. Just give me the ashes and the letter, and I never want to hear from any of you again. The urn sat on my coffee table for 2 days before I could bring myself to open the letter. Sarah sat next to me, holding my hand. You don't have to read it if you don't want to, she said softly. I need to. I need to know what excuse he came up with. I opened the envelope. The letter was typed, not handwritten. Of course it was. Jake, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I know I wasn't the father you deserved. I was young and scared, and I made mistakes. Your mother and I weren't right for each other, and staying would have made everyone miserable. I hope you can understand that someday. I built a good life after I left. I found love again, had more children, created a successful business. I thought about reaching out many times, but so much time had passed that I didn't know how. I hope you've had a good life too. Please take care of my ashes. Spread them somewhere beautiful. That's all I ask. Dad, I read it twice, then laughed. That's it. That's his big explanation. Jake. He was young and scared. He didn't know how to reach out. It's all excuses, Sarah. Not one actual apology. Not one acknowledgement of what he did to me and my mom. What are you going to do? I picked up the urn. Exactly what Tom suggested. I walked to the kitchen and opened the trash can. Sarah followed me. Jake, wait, are you sure? He wanted me to spread them somewhere beautiful? I unscrewed the urn's lid. This is where beautiful people end up when they're actually trash. I poured the ashes into the garbage bag. All of them. Sarah watched silently. There, I said. Done. My phone rang. Linda. Hello? Jake, have you read the letter? Yeah, I read it. And? Don't you feel like you understand him better now? I understand that he was a coward who couldn't even apologize properly, even in death. That's not fair. He was reaching out. He wasn't reaching out. He was clearing his conscience. There's a difference. Where are you going to spread his ashes? Already did. There was a pause. Where? In the trash, where he belongs. Linda's voice got shrill. You did what? You heard me. He's in a garbage bag with coffee grounds and banana peels. Seems fitting for someone who treated his son like garbage. How dare you? That's desecration. That's what? What are you going to do about it, Linda? He gave them to me. They're mine to do with as I please. Melissa, Brandon, they're going to be devastated. Like I was devastated every Father's Day, every birthday when he didn't call, every time some kid asked why my dad wasn't at my Little League games. This is cruel, Jake. No, Linda, cruel is abandoning your kid. Cruel is building a new family and pretending your first child never existed. Cruel is leaving everything to your real children and giving the one you abandoned nothing but ashes and a typed letter full of excuses. What I did, that's called justice. I hung up. Sarah wrapped her arms around me. Are you okay? Yeah, I said. Yeah, I think I actually am. An hour later, someone pounded on our door. I opened it to find Melissa and a young man I assumed was Brandon. You threw him away? Melissa's face was red, streaked with tears. How could you? Pretty easily, actually. Brandon stepped forward. You had no right. Those were our father's remains. He gave them to me. That made them mine. We could sue you, Brandon said. For what? He left them to me in his will. Check with your lawyers. You're a monster, Melissa spat. No, I'm the son your father threw away. There's a difference. Brandon pushed past me into the apartment. Where are they? We're taking them back. Jake, call the police, Sarah said, pulling out her phone. Don't you dare, Brandon warned. Get out of my apartment, I said calmly. Not without our father's ashes. They went out with this morning's trash. The garbage truck already came. He's probably in a landfill by now. Melissa let out a sound somewhere between a scream and a sob. Brandon's face went purple with rage. You're going to regret this, he said, grabbing my shirt. Get your hands off me. He shoved me backward. I stumbled but didn't fall. Sarah was already on the phone with 911. Brandon, stop! Linda appeared in the hallway behind them. This isn't helping. He threw Dad in the trash, Mom, the trash. I know, baby, I know, but we need to leave, now. Brandon shoved me again, harder this time. I hit the wall. Sir, we have someone assaulting someone at 412 Maple Street, apartment 3B, Sarah said into the phone. Please hurry. That seemed to snap Brandon out of it. His eyes widened as he realized what he'd done. We're leaving, Linda said quickly, pulling both her children toward the door. But this isn't over, Jake. My children deserve better than this. So did I said. But here we are. The police arrived 10 minutes after they left. 2 officers took my statement while Sarah corroborated everything. You want to press charges? The older officer asked. Yes, he assaulted me in my own home. He was upset about his father, the younger officer said. I understand that, but being upset doesn't give him the right to put his hands on me. The officers exchanged glances. We'll file the report. He'll probably be charged with simple assault. Good. After they left, I sat on the couch with Sarah. The apartment felt different now, lighter somehow. How are you feeling? She asked. Relieved. Is that weird? No, you did what you needed to do. His kids hate me. His wife hates me. They didn't know you before, and they don't need to know you now. You don't owe them anything, Tom called that evening. Dude, I heard what happened. Linda called my mom. Apparently they know each other from some charity thing. Are you okay? I'm fine. Better than fine, actually. She's saying you desecrated your father's remains. I threw trash in the trash, that's all. Tom laughed. Man, I can't believe you actually did it. That's savage. I love it. He wanted me to spread them somewhere beautiful. I figured he'd fit right in with the rest of the garbage. Your mom would be proud. She never said it, but I know she hated him for what he did to you guys. I wish she was here to see this. She probably is, man. Probably laughing her butt off. The next day, I got a call from a lawyer. Brandon was being charged with assault. They wanted to know if I'd testify. Absolutely. The defense will probably argue emotional distress, the lawyer warned. He assaulted me because I threw away something that belonged to me. His emotional state doesn't excuse violence. I agree. We'll be in touch about the court date. Sarah made dinner that night, my favorite chicken parmesan. We ate in comfortable silence for a while before she spoke. Do you have any regrets? About the ashes? No, none. Not even a little? He had 27 years to be my father, Sarah. 27 years to pick up the phone, to write a letter, to do anything that showed he cared. He chose not to, and then he died and thought he could dump his ashes on me like it meant something, like it made up for anything. You're right, I just want to make sure you're processing this in a healthy way. For the first time in my life, I feel like I took control of something that was done to me. He doesn't get to haunt me anymore. He's gone, literally in a landfill somewhere, and I'm here with you building the life he couldn't be bothered to be part of. She reached across the table and squeezed my hand. I love you. I love you too. 2 months later, Brandon pleaded guilty to assault and got probation plus community service. Linda tried to reach out one more time, leaving a voicemail about how we were family and should try to work things out. I deleted it without responding. Tom came over that night with beer. We sat on my balcony watching the sunset. So it's really over? He asked. It's over. Brandon's done with his legal stuff. Linda stopped calling. Melissa blocked me on social media. Not that we were connected anyway. How does it feel? Free. It feels free, Tom. I spent so much of my life angry about him, about what he did, about what I didn't have, and now I just don't care. He's gone. He can't hurt me anymore. Your mom would be proud, man. Seriously. I think so too. We sat in silence for a while, drinking our beers and watching the sky turn orange and pink. You know what the best part is? I said eventually. What? I didn't forgive him. Everyone always says forgiveness is for yourself, not the other person. But you know what? I don't forgive him. I don't forgive him for leaving, for never trying, for building a whole new life while I wondered what was so wrong with me that my own father couldn't love me. And I don't need to forgive him to move on. I just needed to stop letting him take up space in my head and throwing his ashes away. That was me closing the door on him forever. Tom raised his beer. To closing doors. I clinked my bottle against his. To closing doors. Sarah came out onto the balcony. Dinner's ready, guys? I stood up, putting my arm around her. Behind us, the sun finished setting and the sky turned dark. But inside our apartment, the lights were warm and bright. Inside, there was home. Inside, there was family. The kind you choose, the kind that chooses you back. And that was enough. Have you ever had to cut someone toxic out of your life completely? How did you finally find closure? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about revenge, justice, and standing up for yourself.